Hey guys, what's up? This is DaaroDS, and today I welcome you back to another episode of our Let's Play of the Persona 4 Story Mode. And we continue with our bookmark that we left off not too long ago in the story with you, Narukami scene number 2. Let us continue.
I wish you good luck.
Music.
Where am I?
This looks a lot different than what is expected. What did I get thrown into when I left that blue room? That scenery, the scenery is so unexpected that I'm at a loss. This is a school. It's the music room of Yasugami High. I attended this school with my friends until recently. There is no mistaking it. We entered the TV together, so why am I here? No, that's not right.
This is... No, wait. This has to be the TV world.
The graffiti on the ground. Shoes placed like they're for some kind of ritual. The early shining eyes of portraits on the walls. That really creeped me out. I'm looking at it right now. This seriously is creeping me out. I kind of skipped ahead a little bit after the first episode to see the next scene, and I was like, oh man, I didn't notice this before. I mean, I've had this game for when it came out, or I've had this game since like I've had this game for quite a while, and I didn't notice it at first until I looked back at it last time. And it is really weird. The more carefully I look at, the more I realize that this place is not the real Yasugami High. Most of all, I sense no warmth from this place like I always did from the students who would come and go from here. This is a fake. It's definitely not the school I attended. But what happened to turn the world inside of the TV to this? On top of that, we entered the TV from our usual entrance, but I ended up in a completely different place.
This has never happened before.
I agree with you. I also realize that my friends aren't with me either. Did we somehow get separated? I start to feel chills down my spine and look around.
Hello! Sorry for the wait!
Rise? What are you... Rise, what the hell? What?
Greetings, boys and girls of Yasugami! The P-1 Grand Prix is about to begin!
The P-1 Grand Prix?
There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out! Tell us how you really feel.
Let it all hang out.
What the?
Well, Yu's not happy. I shout out the questions, but she doesn't answer. This is Rise Kujikawa, one of our friends on the investigation team that we couldn't contact. Does she not hear me, or is she choosing not to respond? As I ask myself this, I hear a different voice echoing as well. I look around surprised. These voices is not just from one or two people. I see countless students staring at me from the hallways, in the entrance, everywhere I turn.
Huh?
May I have your attention, please? I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all.
The General? What's going on? Why aren't there so many people inside the TV world? Before I can think of any answers, Rise makes another announcement. And as if on cue, the monitor on the music room turns on. What appeared on it was Teddy. He was wearing a strange hat and cape, just like he did on the Midnight Channel last night. First Rise and now Teddy. What are they doing?
You're all here now.
Oh boy.
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P-1 Grand Prix!
Teddy, get the hell back here. That's the same as well. That's the same as Bizarre Tournament that was shown on the Midnight Channel. Then, is Teddy really the one behind this insanity?
Teddy, what's going on here? We came to look for you and Rise and...
Always with the talking, Sensei. It's a big waste of time. Less talk and more fighting. With the next challenger, come on down.
He's not listening. The P-1 Grand Prix. Teddy looks away and makes a dismissive gesture. Smoke suddenly bursts out from underneath me and robs me of any visibility. Is there someone beyond that white curtain? Eventually my field of vision begins to clear. I keep my guard up, expecting anything. Oh, hey, it's Yosuke. But who should appear but Yosuke? Though I hadn't expected to run into him like this, I'm relieved to see he's safe. Teddy did say something about a challenger just a moment ago. I recall the P-1 Grand Prix that appeared on the Midnight Channel looked a lot like some kind of fighting competition. Wait, am I supposed to fight Yosuke now? That's not funny at all.
Great. They're expecting you and me to fight.
Looks like. Sheesh, what's Teddy thinking?
Starting that up already? I won't let you get all buddy-buddy with each other. These battles are fought to the death. Only the victor can proceed.
This joke's gone on far enough, Teddy. We're not gonna play along with that.
I look over at Yosuke, hoping that he would agree with me. But Yosuke did not appear interested in what I had to say.
Oh, really? I guess he should declare me the winner then.
Oh, shots fired, bang, bang. Oh, put your hands up.
Yosuke?
What? You don't plan on fighting, right? That means I win by default.
He's taking exception to it, and he's just like, this is a tournament, man. That was not what I was expecting to hear. What's gone into you, Yosuke? Do you have some reason to be talking like this? I can't figure out what's going on. Yosuke continued to speak in a carefree manner and said something like that. Said something I simply couldn't believe.
Oh, but is that okay with you? I mean, since Nanako-chan's here and all?
What? What?
Nanako's here?
Wait, really? You haven't seen her? She's with Teddy.
What? That can't be. I saw Nanako back at the house when I left this morning. And even then, Nanako can't enter the TV world on her own. But she's in this world. I can't believe for a moment. But what if it is true? Just coming from this world can tire a person out very quickly. On top of that, if someone who can't use a persona comes in here, it can sometimes be even fatal.
Where is she? Yosuke, where's Nanako?
Whoa, what's gotten into you, partner? No need to get hysterical.
Why are you so calm about this? You know what happened to her last time she came here.
Yep. Nanako did come into this world once last year. It was not something any one of us would have wanted to have. That was the start of the whole chain of a events. Remembering from the heart-wrenching even now. And yet, no, even then it might be wrong for me to lash out at Yosuke for this way he's acting. Calm down, I need to think straight here. All Yosuke was saying, all Yosuke said was that he saw her with Teddy. Then, was Nanako brought here by Teddy? If he's the leader of this tournament?
Yosuke, be straight with me. Are you sure Nanako is with Teddy?
How should I know? If I had to guess, I'd say she's probably still with him. Man, are you alright? Are you that worried about Nanako-chan? It's no wonder people look at you funny, thinking you have a sister complex.
sense of wrongness that I've been feeling this whole time is getting even stronger. True, Yosuke may say some insensitive things, but mostly that's just because he reads too much into a situation and becomes outspoken. He's not the type of guy to enjoy making hurtful remarks like that.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Huh? What are you talking about? I should be the one saying that to you. She's not even your real sister. All that big bro stuff really creeps me out. It was a while ago that I saw her. It's probably too late to save her now.
Dude, you wouldn't say that even if you're like...
You know how things went last year, after all.
Yosuke.
He's definitely not the Yosuke I know. Yosuke is my friend. He wouldn't be so callous as that. At least I thought so, up till now. He was the one who had to face the pain of losing someone he cared about when the murders first started last year. I can't hate him for accidentally mentioning someone who was dead. By the way, he's acting. He's doing this on purpose. I silently draw my sword and face Yosuke.
Draw your weapon. You'll get your fight.
What? Dude, what are you saying? You told me you'd let me win by default.
To be honest, I was thinking of this Yosuke before me was some kind of fake. I even wondered if something happened to him and Yosuke's shadow had appeared again in this world. But this is wrongness that I keep sensing is nothing like that. This is probably probably is the real Yosuke. And the strangeness I feel is because of these words are really coming from out of the mouth of someone I never thought would say them. If so, then...
I don't know if you're being controlled or if there's something else going on here. Either way, you must understand the best way to resolve the situation.
There's no way to tell if what I'm saying is getting through to him at all. But if I want to figure out what's going on, I'll just have to fall for his trap once.
Sorry, but I'm gonna go all out. No hard feelings.
Well, I gotta say this. I haven't played this game in a little bit, so might be a little bit newbie on the controls.
Huh? All that talk and you're gonna fight against your partner after all? Well, whatever. Let's hurry up and get this started. Ready?
Let's go. Hey, a bookmark. We'll do that. Usually there's always ones before fights. So that's usually good. If you die, then you can obviously do it again. Let's go. You versus Yosuke. The first match.
Finals.
Senpai!
partner.
Zion of Junis!
Here goes.
This is battle. It seems one side is being
partner.
dominated. This is turning into a very one-sided battle. Will this was going to a smooth The opponent's still standing.
Still no match for you.
In the end, the victor was
That
no
was really
surprise.
weird. Yeah, I'm still trying to use the controls again.
Amazing, Sensei! Keep that up and zoom on ahead!
Ahead? You're gonna continue with this? Teddy, about Nanako.
I don't want to spoil the surprise. If you want to find out, you'll have to get to me. And I can't say why, but I think you should hurry.
The monitor shuts off. I still haven't learned anything about Nanako. But he did seem to have been expecting me to ask about her. I don't want to think about it, but Nanako really may be here. The moment of the monitor turned off, the students began to leave like waves in the receding tide. No, they don't look like students anymore. There's something inhuman, just taking the shape of students. I was too focused on the fight to notice, but it seems that their true forms were coming through. They look like silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Even though I don't sense any hostility from them. If they're not a threat and they're going away, there's no need to chase after them. Besides, there's something more important to do right now.
Yosuke, are you alright?
I walk towards Yosuke, where Yosuke lies collapsed on the ground, and give him my hand to help him up.
Ow! Couldn't you hold back a little? I seriously thought you were gonna kill me.
The same went for you. I wouldn't have stood a chance if I held back on you.
Yosuke grimaces at the pain as he stands, but he doesn't seem to have suffered any severe injuries. That's good. I knew I couldn't risk going easy on him, so I was a little worried I'd actually hurt him. But once we get a good look at each other, Yosuke's demeanor suddenly changes.
Anyway, that aside, shut up about the nurses already. It's not like that's the only thing I ever think about.
Oh my god. What about the nurses? They're still here. The nurses are still here.
What's this about nurses?
Huh? You were harping on it the whole time. How can you stand there and constantly bash my taste in women with a straight face? Is it such a crime to like nurses?
Wait a second.
I don't understand why he's suddenly angry, but he's not making any sense at all. I tell Yosuke to calm down and we go over what he thought had happened before the fight. We learned that our memories of what each of us had been saying didn't match up at all. According to Yosuke, it seems that I'd been, teasing him about his taste in women. Yosuke was so heated up over what I'd supposedly had said, he almost went into graphic detail, but I stopped him before things went too far. I mean, really, it's best for both of us if we just pretended this had never happened. But thanks to our conversation after the battle, I've come to realize something. If we've been hearing each other say things neither of us had been meaning to say, then...
Yosuke, let me ask you something. Is it true that Nanako is here in this world?
She is?
He doesn't even know. Yosuke is at a loss for words. He had no idea what I was talking about. It's just as I thought. Yosuke doesn't know anything about Nanako. If it's true, then what I heard Yosuke saying before the fight was something that Yosuke couldn't possibly do. This only makes me more convinced that I have the right idea. What I heard wasn't Yosuke had meant to say. I don't know how, but something else had made Yosuke say those words, even if he didn't know what he was saying then. He didn't know what he was saying. That reminds me, Teddy on the screen had said that I needed to get to him if I wanted to find out the truth. Does that mean that Teddy had done this to us?
I guess there's no choice but to keep going.
Nanako is good friends with Teddy. I don't want to imagine it happening, but if Teddy wanted to kidnap Nanako, it's certainly possible he could have. I want to go home at once and check to make sure she's okay, but I have no idea where I am. Even worse, Teddy holds the means of returning to the world, the real world. There's no way out of here unless I find Teddy on my own.
Taking off?
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Be careful. I'm worried about you. Do your best. I sense a lot of emotions behind those words. Yes, I know that I'm now hearing the real Yosuke. I take Yosuke's cheer me on to heart and leave the music room. Teddy had said that only the winner could go on for the tournament. I don't know exactly, but it's probably not a lie. Yosuke understands it as well. That's why he's trusting me to sort it all out and lets me go without much talk. He's frustrated that he can't help me out. I I could be just jumping into conclusions here. After all, Teddy did say that there was the rule that we couldn't have any proof. That was the rule, but we didn't have any proof either way. Well, might as well see that what he meant by that. I stopped walking and turned back to Yosuke.
Oh, one last thing. About those nurses.
Oh my.
Ah, quit it already! Are you out of your mind again?
And oh my. Ow. Did he hit a wall? He hit a wall. There's a painful sounding noise as he runs into something invisible and slowly slides to the floor.
What is this?
So there's an invisible wall. Looks like the loser can't leave the room.
Looks like there's some kind of force that prevents the loser from leaving the area where the fight took place. It's likely that every time these battles happens here, the winners get sorted out this way. That's annoying.
I see how it works now. Thanks.
If Teddy really has kidnapped Nanako, there's no time to lose.
Don't use me as your guinea pig. Wait, that's it? Hey, don't wear yourself out, all right?
I turn away from Yosuke. I turn away as Yosuke shouts at me. Not to worry, Yosuke. I give him a quick smile before leaving the area. For real. At that moment, I feel the wave of disorientation crash over me. I'm surprised that this is happening without warning, but it's not. After all, I know this feeling all too well.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
We're back, bitches! I had been leaving the music room, but now I'm sitting in the Velvet Room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room truly is mysterious. But why would she summon me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious expression and speaks up.
Things have only just begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. The inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal anything. That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens when she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
Indeed. I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to make choices. You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
Shine. The shine she speaks. Could it be about my ability to use personas?
Yes, that is part of your brilliance.
It's like she could read my mind or something.
Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart, by forming bonds. You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way? You may be more conscious of that fact than most because you hold the power of the wild card.
Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me. And we
From
leave.
here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds.
It's true.
How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
Hallway. When I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway. I turn around and see the door to the music room closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened, but I think back on what Margaret had told me.
Changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what little they have to say is always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret has said some strange things while I've known her. But she never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume that this would be the case now. I may have to keep her words to heart. In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind of what she just said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like the Yasugami High I attended, the building seems very familiar as I run through it. Teddy has appeared on the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. But I'd heard Rise's voice of the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like the real one, I can make good guess of where Teddy and Rise are.
It might be the announcement room.
But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anybody through, no matter if they've won or lost any of the losses. Every single time I run to one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my routine is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
My route. I stop for a moment in the hallway out of the practice building and mutter to myself while I take a look around. Who is? No. Where are they trying to lead me? At that moment...
Hey, you there! You're one of them participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
Hey, you're the participants. A voice that I don't recognize all breaks from my revere. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
Oh, you could do a lot more than poke someone's eye out with just swinging that sword, girl. I turn and see a girl I've never seen before. Was she a part of the crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intention of attacking. I sheath my sword but remain cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh? You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. All right, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasugami High uniform. She said something about the student council, but I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person isn't here, then they're either a persona user or...
Why are you here, by the way? Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only way possible is that someone flew her in. That's what was happening in the murders from last year.
All inside a TV? What kind of nonsense is that?
Doesn't get at you. She's not aware of it. But if she was a persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that. If she was trying to keep that from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then does that mean she's a victim after all? I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl and introduce myself.
I'm Yu Narukami. I was a second year at Yasogami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
Student council president. If I remember correctly, student council elections should have taken place just before holidays. I have no knowledge of who won any of those elections since I'd left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may be oh my gosh, speak clearly, man. This girl may very well be the president. No reason not to believe.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
I feel that I didn't explain things very clearly to her, and it will only provoke her further. I'm trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside a television and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, a friend of mine that is likely the one who set up this tournament. Second, I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, my cousin Nanako is still in elementary school, may be dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself the student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did. Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
it seems that she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, and she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that all this is within another world? One accessed by going through a TV screen. She still appears to be energetic, but doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world no matter.
I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
We both start running at the same time. I reach my full spinning speed when something occurs. I'm surprised to see that Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in the world could be strenuous for a normal person. She doesn't seem to be out of breath. Quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. We burst into the gym where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. Instead, we see a huge pile of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor gym, forming huge towers that reach almost to the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
The girl stares up at the chairs, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And as expected, Teddy appears again in that cot.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei?
Shut up, Teddy.
Well, that's fine with me, of course. But Shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting? Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here all alone and abandon her to this world either. Still, I feel Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. And Miss President raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council. Pack it in and clean all this up already.
Speaks as fast as clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realize where she gets her courage. She truly wishes to protect her school. Her strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. But Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy would even make us such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner. Sit, puppy, sit!
He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation from being brushed off. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President.
I'll take it from here. It's all right. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry that there's nothing that she can do herself. I don't want to let those feelings continue, so I turn to face Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
Huh. What's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar? Do you know something about her?
The way he said it makes it sound as if there's some history between the two of them. But as usual, he doesn't bother to give any details in his answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
I guess we're in another fight. After that time, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it's Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
Yo!
What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you all right? Has anything odd happened to you?
Odd? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in a defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax as I shift my weight to stand up normally. It seems that she hadn't been affected like Yosuke. I didn't think I'd been that tense. Now that that's the Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always, exactly when we need her. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask her for help. I try to explain what I need from her.
Nanako might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl from me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President, standing next to her. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her. But what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? I've got to be the same with Yosuke. It's got to be the same with Yosuke. The same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
I try to question her. Yukiko's expression turns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's been controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? I'm At the very least, she doesn't seem to be enthusiastic about the P-1 Grand Prix.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but, I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish. You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Her words may seem like a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say anything disrespects the value of a life that don't be deluded. Whatever happens to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details of what Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of.
Yukiko.
What the? You can?
Well, when I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me, but I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then the time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals. You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring them all down.
Yeah, I am a bastard. But I'm not gonna let this happen. I ignore the taunts being delivered in Risei's voice. Even if the words aren't getting through to each other and we have to fight without understanding what's going on, we'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe, both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the other side to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What is happening now, what happens next will probably surprise her greatly. But I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance over at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. I must end this as quickly as possible.
Persona!
I concentrate all my senses to summon my strength of heart. My persona, Izanagi. If I allow myself to get easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stand. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her.
Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Time to throw down Yukiko. Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona, Konohana Sakuya, rises behind her. That's right. The usual Yukiko should have had a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you. Time for another battle. And the last one.
Final.
What?
This is it.
The battle is joined now. Let's go!
This is the one.
Go, go, go! I think this is Get away from me! This won't be that easy!
this is going to do it. I'm going to end it right here. Alright, so this is episode number 2 of the Narukami story mode of Persona 4 Arena. And this is DaaroDS signing out. And I'll catch you guys next time on Persona 4 Arena. Peace! Have a good one, guys.